Hi, I am Dr. M. A. Malik, Assistant Professor of Economics. As part of series of video lectures on economics, today we are going to see planning in India, economic planning in India. Of course, in the last class, we have seen what is mean by planning, what is the planning process, what are the various 5-year plans in India, and what are their main objectives. And we have also seen what are the specific objectives of India's 5-year plans during various plans. And today we start with what are the achievements of India's 5-year plans. Let us start. I will explain this with the help of PPTs. Let me share the PPT. So we have already seen these are all in last class. So today we start with the achievement of India's 5-year plans. As we have seen in the last class, the objectives. So one of the objectives of India's 5-year plans was increase in national income. జాతీయ ఆదాయంలో పెరుగుదల సాధించడం అనేది భారత పంచవర్ష ప్రణాళికల ప్రధాన లక్ష్యాలలో ఒకటిగా ఉన్న విషయం మనం గత వీడియో క్లాస్లో చూసాం. ఆ లక్ష్యానికి అనుగుణంగా ఇండియా జాతీయ ఆదాయంలో తగినంత పెరుగుదలను సాధించింది. ఫ్రమ్ 1950-51 ఆన్వర్డ్స్ మనం చూసినప్పుడు 1950-51లో భారతదేశ జాతీయ ఆదాయం 9,829 కోట్లుగా ఉంది. ఇండియాస్ నేషనల్ ఇన్కమ్ వాస్ just rupees 9,829 crores in the year 1950-51. But you see, in terms of GDP, by the year 2019-20, it increased to rupees 2 crores 03 lakh 84,759 crores. In another way, 203,084,759. So this is the increase in India's national income. 9,000 crores to 2 crore 3 lakh 84,759 crores. GDP, increase in GDP is concerned, is a good success for the plan. Just how many folds it increased. And one of the main objectives of India's 5-year plans is not only increase in GDP or national income, per capita income of the people also could be increased. As we know, per capita income comes when we divide the national income by the total population. When national income increases, To increase in per capita income, either increase in population is to be stable, or increase in population, increase in nation income should be more than the increase in population rate. Then we will see increase in per capita income as growth is concerned. Here you see per capita income of India, that means income per head per annum. In the year 1950-51, it was just rupees 274 at current prices. But by the year 2019-20, it reached rupees 1,34,432 rupees. Around rupees 1,35,000 now the per capita income of India. దేశ ప్రజల తలసరి ఆదాయం రూపాయలు 274 నుండి రూపాయలు 1,34,432. దీని అర్థం ప్రతి ఒక్కరూ ఇంతే ఆర్జిస్తున్నారా, ఇంతకంటే తక్కువ ఆర్జించడం లేదా, ఇంతకంటే ఎక్కువ ఆర్జించడం లేదా అంటే ఆర్జిస్తున్నారు. కొందరు కోట్లలో ఆర్జిస్తున్నారు, కొందరు చాలా తక్కువగా వేలల్లో ఆర్జిస్తున్నారు. కానీ సగటున తీసినప్పుడు 1,34,000 రూపాయలను తలసరి ఆదాయంగా చెప్పడం జరుగుతుంది. చాలామందివి ఇంతకంటే తక్కువగా ఉంది, కొద్ది మందివి ఇంతకంటే బాగా ఎక్కువ కూడా, కానీ యావరేజ్గా ఇలా చెప్పారు. యావరేజ్ per capita income బాగా పెరిగింది. వృద్ధి రేటును చూసినప్పుడు మొదటి పంచవార్షిక ప్రణాళిక కాలంలో 3.6% నమోదైన జాతీయ ఆదాయం వృద్ధి రేటు. ఆ తరువాత 7 నుండి 8% కూడా చేరుకోవడం జరిగింది. ఎస్పెషల్లీ 10, 11, 12 పంచవార్షిక ప్రణాళికలో 7-8% మధ్య వృద్ధి రేటు నమోదైంది. 12వ పంచవార్షిక ప్రణాళికలో 7% కంటే తక్కువగా. అయితే ఫస్ట్ 3 decades of planning, especially 2 decades, 1950 to 60, 60 to 70. During this period, India's national income growth was very low. It never touched 5%. But after 70s till the 90s, it crossed 5%, but never touched 6%. After the 1990s, that means after the implementation of economic reforms, the first 5-year plan during economic reforms was 8th 5-year. During that 5-year plan, first time India's economy recorded annual average 6.7% growth during 8th 5-year, 1992 to 97. During 9th 5-year plan, it was somewhat declined to around 5%. But again in the 10th 5-year plan, it increased to around 7.5%, even 7.6%. And during 11th 5-year plan, it touched 7.8%. Of course, in the 12th 5-year plan, again it declined to 6.8%. But overall, you can see till the 70s, it is below 5%. Till the 90s, it was below 6%. And after the 90s, it is above 6% and sometimes touched it 8%. Sometimes annual growth rate touched in 8%. This is the growth of India's national income is considered during during its 5-year terms. And we have seen one of the objectives of India's 5-year plan was agriculture development. Vyavasaya. In agriculture development, we have achieved green revolution with production of various crops. Especially we have achieved white revolution also regarding milk production. We also achieved yellow revolution, that is increase in production of oil seeds. And we have also seen golden revolution, increase in the production of various fruits. So this is all agriculture development. You can see in the figures, for example, production of food grains in the year 1950-51, just 50.8 million tons. But by the year 2018-19, total food grains production of India reached 285 million tons. At the time of independence, the country was severe scarcity of food grains. Country was not able to fulfill the food grain production needs. It was continued till the 60s, mid-60s. And country was importing a huge amount of food grains from various countries, especially from US also. But during 60s, India has implemented new agricultural strategy, of course, in the name of high yielding varieties program. Under that program, India was able to supply high yielding varieties, required fertilizers, pesticides, and applying new technology like electric power pumps, tractors, harvesters, and irrigation. By applying these modern products, increase in agricultural production and productivity took place. This is termed as agricultural revolution or green revolution. Due to this green revolution, the high yielding varieties program was started in the year 1966-67. Within the 10 years of this initiation, that means by the year 1976, India became self-sufficient in food grains production. That means by the year 1976, India gained the potential to produce agriculture production to fulfill the needs of its population. So that is called self-sufficiency. భారతదేశ ప్రజలకు అవసరమైనన్ని ఆహార ధాన్యాలను ఉత్పత్తి చేయగల శక్తిని భారతదేశం సంతరించింది. 1976 నాటికే సంతరించింది. 1966లో నూతన వ్యవసాయిక వ్యూహాన్ని ఆరంభించి 1976 సంవత్సరం నాటికి భారతదేశం ఆహార ధాన్యాల ఉత్పత్తిలో స్వయం సమృద్ధిని సాధించింది. అంటే భారతదేశ ప్రజలకు అవసరమైనన్ని ఆహార ధాన్యాలను ఉత్పత్తి చేయగల శక్తిని భారతదేశం సంతరించింది. That is one of the achievements of India's program. Now India reached in the world ranks. The rice production, it is second. Cotton production first. milk production first, fruits and vegetables second, and sugar cane second. So first and second ranks position various crops production India has in the world. And next we can see industrial development. Industrial development occurred sector-wise and expanded its base. You can see some of the sectors here. You can see coal, just 32 million tons in the year 1950-51. But by the year 1950-56, the coal production increased to 639 million tons. Iron ore, Inupa Kanijam, just 3 million tons in the year 1950-51, but increased to 156 million tons by the year 2015-16. And steel production increased from 1 million ton to 89 million tons. And cement production increased from 2.7 million tons to 270 million tons in the year 2015-16. So, India's industrial base increased. India's industrial production potential increased during the 5 year months. And India's industrial production is concerned, we are second rank in the production of cement, and we are also have third rank in the production of coal and steel. Another aspect, human resources development. Human resource development estimated as Human Development Index, which requires the parameters per capita GNP, life expectancy, and education. You see, you have already seen per capita income increase. Here regarding education, you see literacy rate increased from 18.3% to 74% by the year 2011. That means for every 100 people, just 18 people are educated in the year 1950. But by the year 2011, of every 100 people, 74 people are literates. Next year is 2011, 2021, next year is 2021. Definitely, it may give higher literacy rate for India, the data. But by the year 2011 also, it is 74%. And life expectancy increased from 37 years to 68 years. భారతదేశంలో సగటు జీవన ప్రమాణం ఆయురార్థం 37 సంవత్సరాలు స్వాతంత్రం వచ్చినప్పుడు ఉంటే అది 68 సంవత్సరాలు వచ్చాయి. Death rates per 1000 population, it was 25% at the time of 1951, but it declined to 6.5. And infant mortality rate per 1000 within the 1 year of live birth, 126 infant death rates at the time of independence, that is 1951. But by the year 2015, it declined to 37. And maternal mortality rate per 1 lakh live births declined from 398 to 174. You have seen in the last classes what is maternal mortality rate and that is infant mortality rate. Infant mortality rate is the death of live childbirths within the 1 year per thousand population. And maternal mortality rate is death due to delivery process of women per 1 lakh live births. This is 174, but it was 398 in the year 1951. You can see infrastructure. Regarding infrastructure, you see road network increased from around 4 lakh kilometers to 33 lakh kilometers. 4 lakh kilometers to 34 lakh kilometers road network. And railway route 53,000 kilometers to 1,88,706 kilometers. Of course, electricity generation 1713 megawatts to 3,31,118 megawatts. So infrastructure facilities are the facilities which helps the direct productive activities. Transport, energy, irrigation, banking facilities. Of course, these are all economic infrastructure. Social infrastructure, as we have seen earlier, in earlier side, it is education and health. So this is the economic infrastructure. And savings and investment. Countries' development depends on investment. Investments depends on savings. And savings depends on income. As per capita income of people increased, here you can see saving also increased. This savings as percentage of GDP during the 1950-51, it is around 10%, but now it crossed 30%. As investment, it was 9.3% of GDP, but it increased to 33.3%. The gap between savings and investment is, otherwise it indicates the foreign investment. Those are the achievements. We have seen agriculture development, industrial development, infrastructure development, human development, etc. Now we will turn to the failures. India's fire planning system failed to eradicate poverty. Still now 21% people are there. In recent times, there is no estimation system. These estimations are old estimates, 2010-11 estimates. 21% in the sense around 35 people still in poverty. And there is huge unemployment so far, still now, around 3.4%. And there is huge income inequality. Degree of income inequality is also more in India, still now. And balanced regional development is lacking. Some regions are more developed comparatively with other regions within India. And failure in inclusive growth. Inclusive growth in the sense, still there are huge number of marginalized sections. Scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, minorities, OBCs. Still there is a gap of inclusive growth. Still our growth is exclusive growth. And failure in sustainable development. That means we are facing environmental problems during this growth process. We fail to environment friendly development, fail to register a environmental friendly growth rate. The growth which not only fulfills present generation, also cares future generation aspirations. That is the growth, sustainable growth. But the present growth of our country and of course regarding other countries also, it is not sustainable. It doesn't care future generation aspirations. We are destroying resources and we are polluting the environment. So sustainable growth yet to be achieved. In the sense, we have to enter into the path in which growth takes place with environmental concern, with environmental concern. Okay. The year 2015, January 1st. The year 2014, the Planning Commission was abolished. In 2015, NITI Aayog, National Institute for Transforming India, was set up. It was told it is the substitution for the Planning Commission. But the nature of Planning Commission and NITI Aayog is, it seems very different. NITI Aayog is not planning at all. Neither it planning annually, nor it planning 5 years or some years. NITI Aayog is working as a think tank for strategies and to analyze certain sectors' performance and give some sort of advice to the government. But fortunately or unfortunately, Planning Commission was abolished. NITI Aayog was established, set up in the year 2015. Present NITI Aayog is the highest body of think tank, as a think tank, providing direction and policy inputs to the government, designing strategies, long-term policies, and programs for the government of India. And also it gives technical advice to center and states regarding various development aspects. NITI Aayog present body is concerned as the Prime Minister Narendra Modi is the chairman and Vice Chairman Dr. Rajiv Kumar, economist, and full-time members Professor Ramesh Chen and Sri V.K. Saraswat. Also Dr. Vinod Paul. The Chief Executive Officer is Sri Amitabh Khan. This is regarding NITI Aayog. So today we have seen achievements of India's 5 years. National income increased, per capita income increased, agriculture production increased. We have seen 50.8 million tons to 285 million tons India now produces. And industrial development, we have seen various sectors, coal production increased, iron ore production increased, cement production increased, steel production increased. And regarding infrastructure, transport, irrigation, energy, tremendous increase took place. And regarding human development, literacy increased from 18% to 74%. Death rates declined from 25 to 6. and infant mortality rate, maternal mortality rate also decreased. So these are the achievements side. Failures are there, otherwise limitations are there. Planning system failed to eradicate poverty, failed to provide employment opportunities to all those who seeking employment, and failed to decrease the income inequalities, failed to maintain balanced regional development, and failed to record a inclusive growth, and failed to record a sustainable growth. These are the failure sides. Whatever it may be, planning commission gone, and NITI Aayog came in the year 2050. Now NITI Aayog is guiding the government, giving some directions, making some strategies, giving some technical inputs to the central government as well as state governments. So hope NITI Aayog fulfills the gap that took place during the planning period. This is regarding achievements and failures of India's 5-year plans class. Thank you. Thank you for patiently hearing.